You're from Utah?
Born and raised in Orem, Utah.
In Orem?
Orem, Utah.
Fabulous. And your parents did what?
My father was a junior high school math teacher for 35 plus years. A saint, please.
Were your parents missionaries in Siberia?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
My parents were missionaries in Canada, and it was, I imagine them under the same circumstances, although I never went to visit them. So it's all very Mormon.
It's all very Mormon. I got a scholarship to BYU and to SUU, and I swore I would never go to BYU. So I went to SUU.
Why? Why did you swear that?
It was too close to home. I was really trying to get away from family. It wasn't great.
It was your hometown college.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm getting out.
Why wasn't it great teenage years?
I didn't get along with my parents at all.
Why?
In fact, I think my senior year I might have not spoken a word to my father.
What?
And he drove me to school every day.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound too far off for me, so.
It'd be the whole, goodbye, I love you, and me slamming the car door.
Why were you angry at him?
I don't know. Looking back, I think he was a little bit abusive when I was a kid.
What does that mean?
Some spanking, a lot of spanking. A couple times he'd lose his temper and kick me down the stairs. I don't know, I felt like I wasn't living up to what he wanted pretty early on. And by high school it was like, forget it, I'm not making it. So why bother? I'm not even going to try.
Right.
And I mean, as I was leaving to go away to college, one of my mom's last words was, "Watch out for those faggots down there." I mean, or something along those lines. It was definitely, watch out for the gays.
A slur.
Because they're gonna get you.
And why would you think that a mother would say that to their child? Because that's not a normal thing a mother would say to their child. It's not like the thing that most parents would think to warn their children of as they're going off to wherever. It would be other things.
I mean, I was going into theater. I think it was a fear. I think my parents had that fear for a while. I went down with my two best friends from high school. It was just the three of us in an apartment. I was madly in love with one of them. All of my letters are talking about how awesome this particular roommate was, how great he was, that he was getting girlfriends and starting to have sex with them, and how upset that was making me. I was really tortured because I was in love with both of these guys in a way. They were both getting girlfriends. They were both either bringing them home or going and staying at their houses, and I was just freaking out. He would get very upset because I would try and take care of him. I would try and, like if he was sick, I would go buy him medicine or make dinner for him. And he's like, don't do this for me. Don't do this for me. I don't want you doing this for me. It was just really, really confusing. I didn't know what was going on. And in the meantime, I'm at SUU. I'm in the theater department. And there are lots of gays there. There are lots of guys who are around in relationships. And I didn't quite know what to make of that or where I fit in. I was working at the costume shop, and the head of the costume shop was this very out, very flamboyant guy. And he kind of took me under his wing, which was interesting because I'm like, oh, he's my gay friend. And I was writing back like, this guy's so crazy. He's such a homo. And, really it was he kind of saved me down there, I think. He directed, for his senior directing project, he directed Larry Kramer's The Normal Heart, the big AIDS crisis play, and he cast me in it, and he cast my two roommates, no, just one of my roommates as well in it, as gay men, and I rocked that part. It was so good. I just remember it being, I don't know, I just really...
What a catharsis.
Really,
probably good.
Yeah, and my part had a breakdown, and my lover died, and I mean, it was just this intense scene. But it was really powerful until after the show, there was this reception, and the people from the audience were invited to come and meet the cast and talk to us and see us and talk about the show, and there were all these fags coming through the line and hitting on us and asking us out and flirting with us, and it totally, yeah, I had a real reaction to that. I went home kind of freaked out about how I'd kind of invited Satan into my life and how I had flirted with this, and I had taken a walk on the wild side. And it was pretty soon after that that I put my mission papers in. Mission was awful.
Why?
I was in love with my companions, left and right. And I had a lot of physical problems I was diagnosed with. Briefly with colon cancer. It was really that I was allergic to MSG, but I didn't find that out for 2 years after. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, but really it was just migraines. Really bad migraines.
It's probably all stress.
Complete stress. I mean, every time I got diagnosed with something, it was God punishing me. I'm like, of course, because I'm gay and I'm on a mission. I think, how can I think that I'm going to be able to preach the gospel and represent Jesus Christ if I'm this homo on a mission? And so my body just took it, hit after hit. I lost so much weight on my mission. I was always sick. I was kind of the sickly elder. I just was miserable, absolutely miserable. People thought I was this great, humble missionary. I mean, you know, I had many baptisms, which for Japan is pretty rare, but I came home. It was my firm belief that if I served a worthy mission, I would be straight. That would cure me. If I converted enough people. And I remember having a pretty big breakdown right after I got home from my mission. Because I wasn't cured at all.
Do you feel like you did everything you could possibly have done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you baptized a lot of people when you came home. And
Came home. Decided there was no way I could go back to SUU because that's where the devil was, and there were people there who were waiting for me, wanted me to come down. We'll do the falsettos, we'll do this, we'll do that, you can be in it. And,
Licage.
exactly. Like, I don't think so. I need to go to the Lord's University. I need to be on a short leash. So, I went to BYU, studying theater education, and, was pretty miserable there.
Did you ever go see a psychiatrist or
Yep.
go through that whole thing?
Right after, or about 6 months after my mission and into school, I decided things weren't working. I would take long drives at night. I was really thinking that I was going to end things. I didn't really know how, but I would often think about driving just into walls or into buildings, off cliffs. And I knew enough to know that that wasn't healthy.